I went on the plane and it was like shaking, like, you know when you go on a roller coaster and you feel your ass lift from the seat? And I was just sitting there like, okay, for starters, I wanted to stream the day that I was leaving, but I couldn't, right? Because I had a flight. And then basically what had happened was it was so windy that day that my flight just kept getting delayed. So I left early in the day. Kim, really, thanks for the 5 gifted. What the heck? Thank you, Layla the Chips, Sarah, Skylarly. Thank you so much. Oh my god. It's still loud. Okay, how about 1 notch there? What had happened was oh my god, so it was so windy and they had to ground the planes, right? And honestly, that's great. I'm not one to complain about that. Like, thank you for not letting me go on a plane that is crowded or that can't take off because of like strong winds. Okay, so what I was there at the airport for basically 9 hours, even though the flight was 1 hour. And I was sitting, and it's not like I could go home and stream and come back. They weren't like, no, the flight's taking off at 10:40 now. I left my house at 3:30, you know? So like, I didn't get to LA until like 1 in the morning or like 12 or something, basically, something around there. And after being told for 8 hours that the flight, it was unsafe, I went on the plane and it was like shaking, like, you know when you go on a roller coaster and you feel your ass lift from the seat? I felt that like 3 times. Everyone around me was like, we're gonna die! And I was just sitting there like, I just started sobbing. Like, it was like 30 minutes in the plane, I'm like, I have like tears streaming down my face, and I'm like, my mask is like all wet because I'm just like crying. And I'm like, I just can't, I was like, it was so bad. And then, hold on. And then, like 10 minutes into the flight, it plays this sound. And I've never in my life have I been on a plane and this sound just plays. Hold on. Give me a second. I was like, excuse me! I didn't know what to do. I was scared, and like, it was like going like this. It was like jumping and all that kind of stuff. And like, the flight attendant was so casual and she kept going on the phone. And I was like, is she talking to the pilot? Are they playing this sound so that nobody falls asleep, so that we know what to do when we have to jump out? Like, oh my god, I was crying. I was still crying. Everyone around me was like, oh, we're gonna die. And there was this one girl, she was so hot, nonchalant, just filming outside of her window. You know, there's always that one person on a plane that just does this outside of the window. It's like their first order of business. I'm like, man, we are dying. Spicy Sue, thanks for the 25 gifted. Oh my god, thank you, Spicy Sue. Thank you. Thanks, Spicy. Holy smokes, make sure you say thanks, guys, if you got gifted a sub. Yeah, she was so hot, but I'm like, damn, she's doing hot girl shit. I'm just sobbing into my mask. I'm not even quiet about it too. I'm like, like, I'm just like, you know, cause... And Emma had given me a crystal a little bit before. She gave me onyx, right, which is for protection. And like, I loosely believe in everything and every little thing. So like, I had the crystal in my bag, and I just remember like zipping it open and like grabbing it, like clutching it really tight. Like, it was like I had a death grip on the onyx. Right? I was like, I'm going to die. And like, I just remember like I had seen her later that night, and like after such a long day and I was on like literally no sleep, I had the little onyx crystal, just, it was in the shape of a cat, right? And I had it just sitting there on the couch, and I was like getting something out of my bag, and it dropped and fell on the floor, and the little ear broke off, and I just started crying in like a fetal position, and I was like spinning in circles, like crying in like a circle. I don't know, it was like so, and she was like laughing at me, like patting me, and she was like, it's okay, if it breaks, that means it served its purpose. And I was like, I'm fully convinced that her onyx cat saved my life, man. I'm just like so superstitious. I'm like I had a really rough flight to LA. It was scary. And yeah, and so then that morning after I did the OTV Squid Game shoot, and then the next day I had 100 Thieves shoot, and then the next day I had another shoot. And then Austin was like, would you do the Cash App thingy? And I was like, I have a flight that day, but sure, I'll do it. And so I did the shoot, and I timed things incorrectly, so I missed my flight. And I was like, and then I cried again because I really wanted to go home and stream, and I felt really guilty because I couldn't even stream on the day that I left. And like, I was just so stressed about it. And so I was just sitting there for like, I was just there for a couple days, and now I'm home. Whee!